Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our Happy Monday Huddle. Today is day 8 of the 90-day Rhino 10X run. Who is absolutely crushing the 90-day Rhino run? Who's fired up about Monday? Who's fired up about day 8? This is going into week 2 of our Rhino run. It is huge, and we're coming off of a killer weekend. The BOGO was just extended, so let's look at our pulse. Our pulse is on fire right now. There's so much information and updates being dropped. If you haven't checked it in the last 5 minutes, Harvest Sunrise just dropped on the buy one, get one. If Harvest Sunrise is your favorite flavor, drop me some fireballs in the chat. Let's make sure we're killing the chat. Let's make sure we're dropping lots of things there. Your energy transfers to me, and I return similar energy. If you guys are all sleeping on your screen, it's not going to be very good. So I'm your host today. My name is Nicholas Couch. I'm an independent promoter with Pruvit. Anything that we discuss today is my own opinions and views, not necessarily adopted by Pruvit Ventures Incorporated, and nothing that we discuss today is for medical advice. I am not a doctor. Seek your own health professional if you need help with starting a new program. So with that being said, let's go over our updates. So buy one, get one free. Obviously, we just talked about it. It's extended. If you checked your pulse this morning, there's approximately 4 hours left on the Epic tickets. So who's going to Epic? Drop it in the chat. I want to know if you're going to Epic and how many you've been to. This will be my 3rd Epic, and what's so cool is in my Time Hop app, I'm seeing pictures from last year's Epic and the year before's Epic. Like, Epic is my favorite event. All the excursions, all the celebration is the only event that we celebrate ranks and achievements and who's doing what and what the company's doing. Trust me, we're going to learn about ketones, and it's going to be an action-packed 4 days in Phoenix. I'm excited for some warm weather. It's chilly in Pennsylvania. So Epic tickets, 4 hours left. Then I want to go over to some Connect tools. So the Keto 101 YouTube page by Pruvit, they are dropping lots of good videos in there from the professionals, from the doctors, from all of our specialists. So make sure if you're not using the Keto 101 tool, use it. Go watch the videos yourself so you know how to match the hatch. And then the other one is the Inspire On video that was just released last week with Chad West. His story is absolutely amazing, very introverted. So you guys got to watch the video so you know their story so you can connect them. And then I save every link for every Inspire On video, every Keto 101 in a library on an Evernote app so I can go find it quickly. So, guys, I'm fired up. I am drinking my first serving of ketones. Most of you are on a 60-hour reboot. So the 60-hour reboot is underway. Stay tuned to the reboot page. Let's kick this off. Where is my favorite promoter, Katie Rollins? I'm going to unmute her. She is going to deliver the content for Happy Monday. Here we go. So let's welcome Katie Rollins. Katie, you should be unmuted. There's too many people. There.
Y'all hear me okay?
Yes, loud and clear. I'm going to mute out. Go ahead.
All right. What's going on, guys? Happy Monday indeed. Like, let me tell you what, it's really hard to follow the act of not just Nick Couch, but a Harvest Sunrise drop at the same time. I'm just like, oh, okay, so now I got to figure out how to get people to actually stay paying attention to what I'm going to be talking about here. So I want to preface by saying something super cool right now is that part of what I'm going to be teaching today is going to be based around why you showing up and being completely present right now in this moment, in this call, is literally moving your business forward. We applaud you for it because something, I don't know if you guys are like this, raise your hand if you are, but like on calls, I'm also at the same time, I'm like, this is the perfect time to get to work too. Blah, 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 blah. So you're on your phone, you kind of got your head down, you're doing all the things. But what I want to talk about today is going to be very intentional about your activity and the action that you're taking. And what we're doing with these Ride and Run calls is very specifically part of your DMO to move your business forward every day. So with that, do I have your permission to coach you on some really, really good stuff today that I think is going to not just help you move the business forward, but you're going to be like, I get it. Okay, and then secondly, I have another commitment I want to ask, and this is going to be hard because we are all squirrel-brained, because we are super high-functioning humans that want to go and do a bunch of things at the same time. Who's going to be fully engaged in today's training, even though the world is going on outside on your phone? Awesome. 2 hands up if you're like, I got your attention. Cool. Love it, love it, love it. All right. Last thing here, let me just take a look. I'm going to go through some of these screens. Cool. We've got lots of cameras on. So if you are wearing clothing, I ask that you have your camera on. If you are at your desk, I don't care if your camera is facing up to the ceiling of your tiled office, because that is how I did a lot of calls with an earbud in my ear as well. Have your cameras on, because we do the best with seeing your smiling faces. Just anchors in that we are all one big team. Perfect. All right. I love that these calls are called Happy Mondays. I thought that was the cutest thing. I'm like, it is a freaking happy Monday. That's precious. So let me ask a question here, and you can tell me in the chat, because I think it'd be way more fun. Who's had a pretty incredible 2 days in their business? Drop it in the chat. Like, just go off for a minute. Be like, y'all, I had to charge my phone 7 times. I blew through 2 Mofis. I yelled at my husband, like, I've been going bananas. My hair is made of dry shampoo right now because they extended the sale. So like, all right, we got a lot of people. All right, awesome. Let me ask a question. Who on this call enrolled a new promoter at some point within the last 2 days? Awesome, love it, yes, yes. Fam growing. Who on this call is a new promoter that enrolled in the last 48 hours, potentially? If not, that's cool. I do want to ask real quick, as someone, because I know we're doing a lot of things right now, have y'all as promoters, have you been telling the new promoters about the Rhino Run? Because even though we're day 8, yep, Abigail's like, you know it, sister. They're on right now. Love it. But that's the thing, is as we're day 8, it's cool. Guess what? All of the content that we're going to be teaching today is going to be geared towards anyone at any stage of their business. And a really cool thing too is I remember plugging into these calls and having no idea what the hell people were even talking about. However, the consistency of hearing a lot of the same pattern language over and over started to actually come out of my mouth before I even knew necessarily what it meant, which is a really, really great thing. It's kind of that acting as if, and that you kind of got your stuff together in conversations when you're not necessarily still completely sure what you're talking about. So good. Awesome, Crystal. Love it that you're here. Great. So what I want to talk to you about today is, it's going to be focused around 2 different topics. However, they're all going to fall under the umbrella, ultimately, of taking very, very direct and intentional action and activity in your business and what that looks like. So we had so many people that just went bananas in the chat talking about how nuts the last 48 hours have been for your business. I'm going to ask a question. Guys, answer this honestly in the chat. Do you feel like there could have been a bit of a correlation here to the amount of action that you just saw go down the last 48 hours? Could that be tied to the fact that we just spent a week heads down grinding, feeding our minds with getting on these calls every day, being lit up, being inspired, sending messages? What do you know about ketones and ketosis? Filtering out people who don't know, filtering out people who are not responding, but we know that we just put the bug in their ear. And then guess what? This bomb, buy one, get one sale unrolled. How many people had, raise your hand, how many people had people reach out to them during the buy one, get one that you didn't actually initiate the conversation, but some people reached out to you about ketones? Okay, guess what, y'all? It's because of everything that you just did last week. I love believing that there's coincidences, but I'm sorry, that's not true, okay? All the activity that you guys just did, I want you, for one, to like feel it, acknowledge the fact, pat yourself on the back that you commit to 7 days of actual, real, focused, energetic work in your business. And some of us saw the outcome. Here's the cool thing, guys, just in case, because I want to also put this in there. If you didn't see the outcome yet, that is because whatever your business stage is at right now, it's still perfect and you need to stay the course. I'm going to talk about why we stay the course here in a moment too. But so here's the thing, guys. All of our action and activity led into a sale, which led into outcome, okay? We did not have a sale And then all of us decide to get up and be like, oh crap, I should get out of this bathtub and start sending some messages. Like, that's not how it went. Y'all were ready. We were already super engaged. So because of that, our activity and our action led into the sale, which delivered us some outcome. Because here's the thing, you could do it the other way around. I've done it the other way around. I mean, there have been lulls and times when I'm just like, oh, well, I mean, I kind of took it a little bit easy for a couple days, and then a sale dropped and I'm like, like, you almost don't even know what to do when a big sale starts, because you're like, well, now I got to start reaching out to people that I haven't talked to or tried to talk to or piqued any interest in. It can kind of make you feel a little bit like responsive instead of being the one driving the car. Okay, so applaud yourself for all the work that you've done, because truthfully, it is all moving you forward and you're going to continue to see the outcomes. But the really cool thing about this too is that as the activity and the action that you're taking right now is inspiring momentum, you're giving yourself the gift mentally. You're creating wins. Creating wins are some of the most powerful tools I feel in entrepreneurship, because where I wouldn't necessarily encourage someone to play it super safe all the time and be like, yeah, well, my win today is going to be to brush my teeth. No, like, don't put things on your win the day list that you're already going to do. But if you're creating wins that are moving you forward, as you start to achieve them, like, you just kind of show up bigger, you show up stronger. So that's what happened with the action and the activity leading into the sale. So here's the thing. Is just like Harvest Sunrise dropped and we had no idea that was coming. Guys, if you've been with Pruvit for longer than 5 minutes, you know that we never know what's coming. We never know what they're about to bring to us. So because of that, it's kind of cool to always consider, like, I'm going to have a game plan. And my game plan is I'm going to show up to my business every day. Who has heard of a DMO? Who has heard of the term DMOs before? Cool. What does it stand for? If you want to drop it in the chat for me real quick, because there are some people who have not heard of that on this call. So if you can go ahead, let them know. Daily method of operations. Love it, love it, love it. I'm super good at making things up that are not for the correct acronym. So I'm just, shout out to those of you like me who are like, I don't know. I mean, it's your direct means of observation, Katie. I'm like, no. All right. Daily methods of operations. Perfect. So the reason that we have something called the daily method of operation, guys, and the reason that what we did all week with Rido Run was technically considered daily methods of operations, the reason that we're doing that in this business specifically as Pruvit promoters, not only are we creating wins by giving us an outcome to meet and meeting it by showing up to do that activity, but we're also creating reasons to then circle back around and talk to people that we just created a curiosity and created attraction and started the keto conversation with. For when there are sales, for when there are promotions such as there are today, we now have reasons to go and message those people versus just kind of picking a random person and messaging them to tell them about a buy one, get one sale on something that maybe they never raised their hand for. Maybe they have no idea what you're talking about because maybe you didn't show up and share about it. So being that the promotions are never going to be pulsed out to us, no one's ever letting us know ahead of time when they're coming, we want to always assume that something's going to be happening. And so that's why it's super important that you want to be in that activity of action, utilizing something called the DMO, the daily method of operation. So what I want to do is help framework and help draw the picture for us what DMOs can look like, should look like, would look like in a successful manner to move your business forward. I want to give you the specific things that you can do. And we're kind of going to do this collectively if you guys are okay with that, because we have so many people that are on this call. I see all your faces, even in the first two screens. We have so many people on this call who they show up, they are machines. You know it, you see them on social media, or you see them consistently sharing pictures of they're doing mixers, or, they're getting 5 and 10 days out. You see their pictures of them mailing them out. Like, we have such machines that are really just crushing DMOs as it is. So I'm not going to sit up here and pretend to be the professional on DMOs, because really I think that we have so many strong people that are within our team here that can contribute. So there are going to be some times when I'm going to ask for some of your feedback. So just giving you awareness, like, get ready to start typing, get ready to hand that over. But the important thing to understand about DMOs, let me ask, how many people on this call work full-time? Lots of hands, okay? Or you work part-time. How many people are on this call have kids too? Yeah, we got a lot of hands. How many of you are stay at home with your kids? You don't work, but you stay at home. So you're actually doing the real jobs. Okay, cool. Perfect. I'm going to give you a tiny backstory real quick. Well, I'm going to tell you two things. Quick backstory is when I found Pruvit, or Pruvit found me, or however we want to look at it. I had 3 jobs. Okay, I was working full-time at a desk job. I was attempting entrepreneurship with an online business as well. And I was doing the books for my husband's handyman company, which we started and wasn't making us any money, but it was sure keeping us busy. So I had a lot going on, and I had a child, still do, he's still here, have a child, had lots of things going on. When Pruvit fell into my lap, this 4th thing, I said, okay, well, I mean, I'm drinking ketones and I'm talking to people that I just flat out don't like. So something's happening in my headspace. I'm in a great mood. I feel good. I'm sleeping better. Like, I have to start talking about this. And I was so drawn to promoting, but like, I'm not going to lie when I tell you, I had no idea how the hell I was going to do it because my chips were stacked. All plates were spinning in the air as it was. Okay. But what I realized with a DMO, which was ultimately, I didn't know what DMOs were at the time. I said, but I have to figure this out. So I was very intentional about grabbing specific things that I found to be important that I would do every single day for growing a Pruvit business while I had all these other things going on. Because collectively, maybe in reality, maybe I had 60 extra minutes a day that I can commit between lunch breaks, between the drive home with the voice record button and messages, between after my son went to bed, I can hop on there for a little bit before I had to go do the books. Like, there were only periods of times that I can do this, okay? Granted, I started to free up a little bit of time when I started to care less and less about my job and started to do more Pruvit things when I was at work, but don't tell, and I don't necessarily recommend it, but I didn't have a whole bunch of things that I could do. So what was really important for me at the time, and super, super important for everyone on this call or anyone catching the recording, is that if you're not creating the intent and the space for yourself to show up to your Pruvit business every day, I'm not going to like guess here. I'm going to promise you that you will not be able to find the time otherwise, because life is going to pop up. So a really important thing is to figure out what those times are a day. Some of us are blessed to be able to now do this full time. So the day looks a little bit different, but at the time, especially those of us that work, the morning, I'm just telling you right now, if you give yourself 30 minutes, 60 minutes before your day starts, before the little feet hit the ground and need all the things and have Cheerios in their ears and like your distractions are just this big, before they're awake, I'm telling you, you can move mountains. I've seen it. I've done it. Intentionally setting my alarm clock to wake up before my life started and showing up to the list that I'm going to help you create here. Not just was the only way, but real deal, I can't exaggerate this. It is the only real way to do this when you have so many things going on. So waking up a little bit earlier and having an intentional list of things that you're going to do, not just will move your business forward. I'm sorry, everything's about to start dinging. Not just will move your business forward, but it actually makes it fun. I know that sounds nuts, but I started to look forward to that 4:30 a.m. alarm clock every day. You don't have to get up that early, but I started to move it up earlier and earlier because I create a list of things that I really freaking love to show up for, and they move my business forward. So what those things would look like, hold on one second here, I'm sorry. All the dings will distract me. I am that squirrel. What those things are gonna look like, a really important thing to know as well is that it is customizable to you. Okay, so for me to sit here and say, so what you guys need to do with that hour is you need to get a book, you need to read a book for approximately 8 minutes, and then I want you to get out your journals and set a timer, and then for 12 and a half minutes, you're gonna write your gratitude list, you're gonna write 747 things. Like, no, okay, guys, take it back, because what I have seen in the past is when people start to try to put together a DMO list, that list is so concrete that in the event you don't get through some of it for whatever reason, you feel like you failed. That's not going to work here either. Okay, we're creating wins with actionable steps that will move your business forward. However, because the DMOs are so important, you have to also give yourself a bit of grace here, as long as you're showing up in the correct mindset and you're kind of self-auditing and being honest with yourself on top of that. So you definitely want to create something that's going to work for you. But here's the other side to that sword, because the cut of the sword is always fun. That's not me telling you that you can go ahead and kind of half-ass it, all right? When you're in, I want you to look at that time that you have, whatever that is, and it could be a chunk or it could be little chunks. I want you to imagine yourself, you're literally put on your surgical uniform because you are about to attack this time that you have with such surgical precision that by the time you are putting it down and walking away from it, you accomplish something. You feel good. How many times, how many people, I'm going to raise my hand. How many times yesterday did I find myself at some point just on Instagram, just scrolling on Instagram? I was not messaging. I was not searching my keywords in my messages. I was not intentional for a minute. I would just start to find myself scrolling. Like you do the click and then you're somewhere else and then you're somewhere else. So no. We don't want to do that. And the reason is because it doesn't feel good. You feel like you've wasted your own time. You're not creating wins for yourself. And on top of it, by the time that your free time's over, it's over and you can't get time back. So what will that look like for you for creating that space for yourself? If you are working, if you have children, if neither of the above, but you're super busy, you have lunch breaks, you have nap times. Here's the self-audit. How much Netflix do you watch? You don't have to answer, and you don't have to put it in the chat. You know the answer. How much Netflix do you watch? Cut 30 minutes out of that. Your husband won't kill you. He won't be mad. He'll be super happy a year from now when your life looks drastically different because you didn't watch an episode of The Office for the 87th time. Maybe I'm talking about my own personal life here. I don't know. But they won't be mad, I'm telling you, okay? Take ownership of the activities that you're going to set for yourself. Take ownership of when that free time is. Tell someone when that free time is. Tell your accountability partner when you're going to show up to your business, okay? Yes, Melissa B., I am watching you every night. That's what she said. No, just kidding. So you're going to take ownership and you're going to create the times for yourself. And then the other side to that is showing up with intent, but also showing up with knowing that you get to do this. Super, super important, okay? I'm going to breeze through here the rest of this in a minute, so we're going to get ready, but I just need y'all to understand this. This time that you show up for your business, you get to do it, guys. Your inbox is a blessing, okay? The fact that you get to go network with people on social media, how is that a job? I'm sorry, but that's pretty damn cool, okay? You get to show up to this business. You get to create 30 minutes a day, if that's what it looks like for you, where you get to just be a positive light to another person, share something that's going to improve someone else's life. Know that showing up to it isn't just moving your business forward. It's blessing and literally gracing other people with a better human experience, okay? So you're showing up with your intent. You're showing up with your bomb mindset. Like, you put on your Dora the Explorer backpack and like you're just going on the journey, okay? Because now it's time to just get to work, y'all. We're gonna get directly into DMOs now because this is a blueprint to follow, okay? This, I can entertain you with this, but I'm really not, because it's not a super sexy list. It's things that we do to move our business forward, all right? So this is where I am gonna need some of your engagement as well. Improve. Improve is going to be your personal development for the day. And I did reference some of those earlier in when I was rattling off. However, give me some different ways that you show up to your business in terms of creating personal development opportunities for yourself to feed your brain, to put your life mask on, to be the one that you're going to take care of you before you can take care of them. We've got reading Bible with your Bible study. We've got audibles. We've journaling. Kelsey uses a journal that focuses around law of attraction and gratitude. Audiobooks as well. Meditation. Taking your head to a nice quiet place to really just go inward for a minute, block everything out. Journaling, love it. Gratitude lists, hell yeah, all day long, perfect. Okay, visualization, perfect. So guys, we have books. If you want to get better at leadership, go find a book about leadership. You can find them on Audible as well. If you want to get better at talking to people, find the books. Find all the audibles on any topic it is that you're wanting to improve, okay? You have your faith-based organizations. You have podcasts. You can practice affirmations, your I am statements. Journaling is incredible. Get the gunk out of your head onto the paper, get it out of your body if you find yourself in it. Gratitude list. Who do you love? Why do you love them? What do you love about it? Okay? You can do that anywhere, anytime. That could be in the morning. That could be on your lunch break. That could be after your kid goes to bed. That could be when you're in a bathroom really quick, just giving yourself 5 minutes to breathe and just maybe you're hiding from your children, whatever the case may be. All right, second thing that we are going to focus on is moving your body and ketones, okay? Who drinks more than 2 ketones a day? Raise your hands. I'm just curious. Yeah, me too. If you follow on Instagram, I drink 4 a day. I'm a crazy person, but it doesn't matter. Here's the thing. More ketones in your body will always be linked to you feeling better. So any of you half packeters, I'm going to encourage you right now, bump up to 2 packets a day at some point. Put that on your list of DMOs. Not only will you just look incredible, but you will be way more efficient than you thought possible. But putting ketones into your body and moving it is super, super important. The psychology, not just in optimizing ketones by exercising, the psychology of working out and how you show up to the rest of your day, you cannot fight it, okay? Super important, move your body. You will feel as though you're conquering the world and no one regrets when they worked out unless you hurt yourself. So make sure you work out carefully, okay? You want to, if you look at Pruvit, we have customers, promoters, people that are experiencing 5 and 10 days, whatever. Everyone that's has their hands on them from the Pruvit community has a seat at our table. So every day you are going to invite someone somehow to know that that table exists, okay? So what does that look like? You are going to be very intentionally creating ketone conversation exposure to people, all right? So this can be in it's kind of up to you a little bit. We're going to get into the attract portion tomorrow anyway, which will help you, but it's exposure to new keto conversations. You're creating touch points. You're asking the filtering question, what do you know about ketones or ketosis? You are following up with people potentially, and you're getting 5 and 10 days out to people. Your current customers, you're following up with them, seeing how they're doing, asking them if they've ever thought about doing what you do. I mean, do you ask all your customers that? You'd be shocked at how many of your customers are curious about doing what you're doing. Shocked, okay? So you're inviting people to even engage in the keto conversation. Another thing that we're doing, super important thing that we're doing, is we're collaborating within the Pruvit organization, and we're contributing to as such. So collaborating, you're showing up on the State of Play call, you're getting on the Pruvit Facebook page, you're engaging. Okay, super, super important, because people will look at our organization and look at what we have to offer, and they can even tell from the conviction in our comments how crazy obsessed we are with not just ketones, but the actual organization. Our social media can be a recruiting tool for you. Okay, it's crazy. But make sure you're plugging in, you're utilizing, if you're in follow-ups, you're definitely utilizing the tools that we have. So know what tools are out there. Go through Inspire On videos, go plug into the YouTube playlist, the keto YouTube playlist that Pruvit has. But you're gonna be engaging. If you've got people in the reboot group, make sure you're popping over there. I know this sounds a lot. Each of these things can take 5 minutes. All right, you're just showing up, you're going through, you're creating the win, you're checking off the list, and you know why you're doing it, and you're in the right headspace to do it. So now, this is a really, really, really important part of this, okay? I'm trying my best to get through this without keeping you on here for an hour, so hang with me here. And then if there are questions, drop them in the chat. But human beings will not just show up at your front door in the morning curious to find out more about ketones, okay? Here's a really, really important business tool that I was taught years ago, and I have no idea what business would look like if I didn't get this. And I need everyone to focus on this for a second. You have to add, you have to grow, you have to widen your net of people that you can even talk to about ketones. You just have to, okay? We get to do that. So what does that look like? You need to find new people to have keto conversations with, and that depends. We're gonna do the attract portion tomorrow. That's gonna be part of it. But that's going to depend on how you're building your business. If you're doing it on social media, you have to understand that the 200 Facebook friends that you have right now, while those are a very amazing group of people, you're going to want to add 5 or 10 people to that group as consistently as you can. So that number is going to be up to you. You can use this through Facebook groups. You can use this by friend requesting mutual friends, like that's just social media portion, but it's just important that you do it. It could be 3 to 5 people a day. It can be 10 people a day. It could be 20 people a day. You just have to intentionally show up to grow and to widen that net. If you're in real life, okay, if you're walking around, be intentional about meeting new people every single day. Connect with a new person, a new handful of people every single day. Join different meetup groups. Talk to more people in your church group. Talk to people at the grocery store. Smile at other people. Be someone that someone wants to connect with. Add 10 a day. I love it, Patsy. She's like, why stop at 3? Crazy. Love it. But the reason that you do that is because anyone that you bring in eventually will turn into your warm market. They'll turn into people that you will have they're your category A after a while, or your category B, I guess, if you want to do that. The categories are different to me, but they don't just show up. Like, you have to kind of take that step to go search and attract for people that you can start having keto conversations. Hey, Joanne, awesome. Happy to have you. All right. So that's going to be part of the intent of showing up to grow your network. And different things that I had listed here was by using social media, by finding friends, joining groups, participating in Facebook groups about things that you like, just participating. Don't join groups and go sending campfire videos. That's a really quick way to get kicked out of groups. But go just be a normal person in a Facebook group. Friend requesting people that you have lots of mutual friends with. Reaching out to your customers and asking if they have people that that they know, want to try ketones. Wow, I don't know what just happened. Hold on. This jar of water is ridiculous. It looks like a gas can. Okay. Connect and talk in real life. You are never stuck. That's super important to understand, that you are never, ever, ever stuck, and you are never at a shortage of people that you can talk to about ketones. But like I said, you kind of have to go find them. So does this feel like an obtainable DMO with all those things that we just went through? You can create now a list that's going to be part of your call to action here in a moment. You can create what this is going to look like for you. And when I go like this, guys, it could be a 6-hour window of period if you have it. It could be an 18-minute window period if you have it. But that's going to turn into that self-audit that we talked about. You're going to look at your day. You're going to look at your life. You're going to put Pruvit into that portion of your day. So then you can start creating the DMOs within those pockets of time. Very, very specifically. Surgical, if you will say. So, okay, I'm getting yeses. I'm happy that this is helping. And I know I went through a lot, y'all. This is going to be tied up into some of the prettiest bows that you've ever seen over the weeks to come, okay? So just stay with it. But this is really just to kind of get your mind going. So you have 3 different things here that are call to actions for you, all right? One is after this call, because you've got 5 minutes after this call. You're not going to put your phone down and walk away, okay? You are going to, after everything that we just talked about, you're going to create your personal DMO list, okay? What are the things that you're going to put on your list that you are going to commit to for your business, okay? And then you're going to take that list and you're going to share it with your accountability partner. Second thing that you're going to do, and if I'm a big Post-it person, I write a word and I put things all over the place. I put surgical. I would put surgical on a Post-it and I would put it somewhere where you're going to show up to your business and just have it there, okay? Because you would be shocked at how many times you'll catch yourself not acting as a surgeon in your business, but acting as an 18-year-old bored scrolling on Instagram. And I'm speaking from the most amount of experience because I do it all the time, okay? Surgical, so you're going to be self-auditing as a surgeon, put surgical somewhere on a Post-it, and then adding 3 to 5 people to your network. By the end of the day today, I know that we have a lot going on, but you are going to add 3 to 5 people today to your network, okay? And by network, all that means is we are finding human beings that have eyes to watch a campfire video and mouths to try ketones at one point. Don't expect that by the end of the day, they're going to be doing either of those things. That would actually be defeating the purpose of this. We're just going to add people, eyes and mouths. Got it. Thanks, gals. Okay. Does this feel good? We got our DMOs. We got everything. All right. Nick, I'm going to hand it back over and hope that the time allotted I was able to give.
No, it's amazing. And we have 196 people on. Don't go anywhere yet. We have very, very important things to wrap with. So tonight, 8:15 p.m., if you are a Circle of Champion, we have our Circle of Champion call every Monday at 8:15. For everybody else, everybody and everybody else, 9:15 p.m. State of Play call. Check your Pruvit Pulse. Check the Pruvit Promoter Group. Sometimes they're live. Sometimes they're Zoom. And then tomorrow is our Attract call, 12:15 p.m., same Zoom channel, same time, same place. Get on here. And I want to wrap with recognition. So if you guys could start dropping in the chat who on day 8 is still crushing it in your group, let us know some names so I can give some huge shout-outs. And I have a very special new Circle of Champion, Emily Maurice. So if you know Emily Maurice, give her some love. She is a new Circle of Champion. They're coming in hot. So we've got Kelsey. We've got Kim Zampoga, Sarah Snatchko. Somebody said their whole team is on fire. Amazing. Katie Rose, Emily Maurice, new champ. Kayla Kelly, Brandy Gebhardt, Elisa Altenberg, Kayla Kelly. If you get your name more than once, you are kicking butt. Emily Maurice, Andrea Dromboski, Des Restar, Ken Cools, Angie Barrett, go Emily. Samantha Shears, almost ranked 7. Let's go. New pro champ. I love it. Jesse Burns, Tyler Luckenfield, Crystal Hendricks. Like, there's too many names for me to read. Carissa Jackson, Erica Moog, Caitlin Wolf. If I butchered your name, I'm sorry. I'm reading fast. Nicole Menendez, Nayla Raymond, Cheryl May, Amy Eckert, Wendy Estill, Brittany Alexander. Coming in hot. Love it, guys. Check your Pruvit Pulse. It is the heartbeat of your business. Make sure you get on the rest of the calls today, tomorrow. Let's finish the other days of this 90-day Rhino run strong. Thank you, Katie Rollins, for an amazing training. I got so much. I've got a page of notes. So you guys should be coming to these calls with notes. That's all I have. See you tomorrow. See you tonight. Have a good day. Happy Monday.